Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat box now. If you can hear me, please give your confirmations on the chat box now. Thank you very much. Very, very happy to see your responses. Thank you for your interest in joining UI Technologies. Let us stop the chat now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your responses. I am very happy. I hope you are equally happy to receive the knowledge transfer with respect to UI Technologies. Okay. First thing first, we have created a WhatsApp group for this particular batch. I hope you are all in the WhatsApp group of this particular batch. All the updates released particular batch, you will get the information in the WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, okay. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, please join the WhatsApp group now using the link which I'm posting in the chat box. If you're already in the group, that's okay. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, if you are not in the WhatsApp group, there is a WhatsApp group created for this particular batch. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, please join the WhatsApp group using the link which I have just posted in the chat box so that you get the updates about this particular batch and training. Okay, perfect. I'm very, very happy to see the responses. We have received close to how many? 1,400 participants registrations going to join. Thank you very much for your responses. Very, very happy to see your responses. Okay, so let's get started. So what's the plan for today? Let's get started. What's the plan for today? I'll have a quick introduction about myself. And then people who want to speak will have an interaction with the participants. Obviously, we cannot have interaction with all the participants. People who want to speak, please raise your hand. We'll randomly pick up some of the participants and they'll have an interaction with the participants. And then we will understand about the course about UI Technologies, what is the covered as part of the training. Is there any prerequisites for this particular course? Okay, so what is this course useful for, what kind of target audience? And then we'll get into the main understanding the importance of UI technology, especially in the application development. And then you'll understand these components called front end and back end. You will be understanding these terminologies. This is our plan for today. We'll have a quick understanding about the trainer. You'll have an understanding about we'll have some interaction with the participants who have raised their hands, and then let's get started. We'll understand the UI technologies and the duration and what is the fees. All this we'll be having a discussion about this. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Sunil Kopavarapu. I have close to 11 years of experience in the IT industry. So I have worked in Oracle platform. I have worked in AWS cloud. I have worked in DevOps. I am involved in application development using Python and Django framework and integrating those particular applications to Oracle technologies and deploying those applications onto the cloud platform. So I have exposure to these technologies. Okay, I have close to 8 years of experience in the online training industry. So this is about a quick introduction about myself, and I'm based out of Hyderabad. So this is a quick introduction about myself. So people who want to speak, please raise your hand. Let's have interaction with some of the participants before getting started, so that before moving ahead. So Jenna is waiting from long time. Jenna Santu, how are you doing, Jenna? You are now allowed to unmute. Jenna, you can unmute now and have an interaction. By default, you will be on mute. You have to unmute and speak. Good morning, Yogesh. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Hi, Sunil. Good morning. I'm doing super. What about you?
Thank you for joining. May I know about yourself and why are you planning to learn this UI technologies?
Yeah, Sunil. So previously, I have joined your DevOps as well as
Mhm.
AWS sessions. So
Oh,
like
thank you
those
very
were,
much.
yeah, those were really helpful.
Okay, good. So is the training help you?
Yes, Sunil. So after the training, uh, I was like getting equally paid,
Oh,
about my manager.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay. So I hope now you know upgrading ourselves is very, very important, especially, isn't it, Yogesh? Especially in
Yes,
the
Sunil,
IT
you're right.
industry,
Yeah.
adding
So
more
my
skills.
Yeah, so my role is DevOps in my current organizations. But yeah, I'm like for upskilling, I joined this session.
Thank you. So you already are familiar about the how exactly training happens and my methodology. Okay. Enjoy the training.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you
thanks,
very
Sunil.
much.
Thanks.
Anusha Suhas. I can see your hand raised. Any questions you can allow to speak. Ashish sir.
Hey, hi Sunil. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Ashish. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Yes, your introduction, please, your experience.
Yeah, Sunil, I have a total 9 years of experience into this web development, and mostly I have 6 years of experience into Angular JS mostly. So recently I have joined the AWS DevOps course of Ankit Narula.
Mr.
So
Ankit
I got this.
Narula.
Yeah. So I got this update. So I just wanted to know what is this UI
Correct.
technology. That's why I have joined this.
Good, good. As you know, Ashish, you may be a Angular developer, or you may be using Django framework, or you may be using React developer. To develop
Mhm.
web applications, you have to have a strong understanding the UI components. Okay, so when I
Yeah.
say UI components, all about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, document object model. Okay,
Okay.
Bootstrap. Okay, and then
Mhm.
jQuery. So these are the primary components of UI technologies. Okay, I'll be explaining the course content as well.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Many participants are raising their hands. Okay, so let's have randomly pick up some of the participants. Good morning, Gagan.
Hi.
Thank you for
Hi.
joining, Gagan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. And how are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you. Yes, you are here about yourself, please.
Yeah, actually, my name is Gagan, and I do carry an experience of 4 years. It was into IT help desk domain, which is into IT years. I just want to upskill myself and move to the IT domain. That's the reason I started this course.
Good. So, how do you know about this course and this institute?
Actually, one of my friend has attended your AWS session, and he has shared me the link through WhatsApp. So I have joined the WhatsApp group, and then I got the link to
That's
join
how
the
you're here. Okay.
registration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So good. IT help desk is not having much future, isn't it, Gagan? So I have
Yes.
seen many participants changing their platforms to IT industry by
Right.
focusing and upgrading their skills. Okay, you may be a lecturer, you may be from the BPO background, you may be from non-IT background. Yes, you can definitely change your technology from your existing to the IT industry. Okay, so you need
Right.
to first decide the path, Gagan. Okay,
Sure.
and then focus
Sure.
on
Sure.
acquiring the skill sets and
Yeah.
all from our institutes. Okay, all the best. Stay focused and doing practice is very important, Gagan. Okay, not just
Yes.
listening the sessions. Doing
Right.
hands-on is very, very important. Thank you.
Right.
I make
Thank
sure I promise, even though a non-IT industry, a non-IT resource can also easily understand my examples. Okay, so that's my
Got it.
promise to you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Good morning, Davluri.
Hello.
Good morning, Davluri. How are you doing?
So I'm very good, sir.
Any specific questions? Your voice is not clear. Good morning, Kirti. Welcome to the session. Can you hear me? You are now allowed to unmute and talk. Your introduction, please, and any specific questions. Good morning, Atik. Dalal. Atik, welcome to the session. You are now allowed to unmute and talk. By default, you will be on mute. You have to unmute and talk. Good morning, Kirti. Can you hear me? I can see your hand raised.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing, Atik?
Sir?
How are you doing, Atik?
Yeah, no, sir. My name is Kirti Kaushik, actually. Sir, your voice was break out, sir. Hello?
How are you doing?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. Your voice was breaking through, sir.
Is it better now?
Yeah, sir. Now it's better.
Thank you very much. Yes, your question, please. How are you doing, Kirti?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. As of now, I am a BTech third year student.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. I was so impressed with your teaching like AWS, na? AWS. Yes, I have registered in AWS also. I have taken from your you have website now, like logical.com, logicallabs.com. Yeah, I have buy that course like AWS DevOps.
Thank you very
So
much.
I'm like AWS and DevOps. So yeah, so your teaching was very nice.
Thank you very much. Any specific questions related to UI?
No, sir. I am
Okay.
new to UI.
Okay, I hope you will equally enjoy the UI technologies also. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Atik. Good morning, Atik.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Hello.
How are you?
Yes, I am fine.
Yes. Your introduction, please, and why are you planning to learn UI technologies?
Okay. My name is Atik Dalal. I am become pursuing, but I am a skilled full stack development.
You're planning to become a full stack developer?
Yes.
Very good. You are in the right track. You're planning to become a Java full stack developer or a Python full stack developer? What's your plan?
Yeah, I am for Python
Python full stack developer you're planning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a full stack developer, UI is very important. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you will enjoy this training. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, Gayatri. You are now allowed to unmute and talk.
Good morning.
Sorry, please unmute again.
Yeah, good morning, Sunil.
Thank you for joining. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Yes. Your introduction, please, and why are you planning to learn this?
I'm Gayatri. I just done my graduation.
Mhm.
So present, I'm trying to learn UI technologies. I want to learn full stack development. So one of my cousin has recommended your course, so I have joined it.
Okay, so what do you know about UI technologies? Did you do any research work?
No, actually, I thought to learn because most of my cousins are working on it. So
Mhm.
they had just gave me some
This
of
is
it.
this reference. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So I'm sure you learn this, Gayatri. Okay. So for a
yeah,
full
yeah.
stack developer, UI technology is very important. Okay. So please do hands-on. Okay. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
thank you.
One more final call. I think Janna Setu again. How are you doing? Dilip Mumpala.
Sir, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Dilip. How are you doing?
Sir, I am doing fine, sir.
Thank you. Yes, your introduction, your location, your experience, and
Sir, myself is M. Dilip. I am recently passing out from 22, sir, 2022 batch.
okay.
Presently, I am acquiring for the job, sir. That present and UI development is the main leading one.
Mhm.
For the both full stack or some intermediate front end development only.
Okay.
So
Very
one of
good.
my mentor recommended your class sessions.
Mentor in the sense your college lecturer.
No, sir, my cousin
Okay. Okay.
who is an AWS developer. I mean that
Okay.
DevOps.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
suggested yours, sir. I am
Okay.
staying in Hyderabad, sir, now.
Very good, Dilip. So you have started learning your technologies. You are in the right track. Just not learning the course. You have to do practice. Okay. Focus on the concepts. Okay. Definitely you will be successful in getting the IT job. Okay. There are a lot of opportunities with respect to full stack developers and the UI skilled resources. Okay. All the best.
Okay.
Keep learning. Okay. So we had an understanding about participants. So we cannot talk with all the participants. Let's get started. Okay. So let's understand what is UI technologies. Okay. What does UI stands for? I hope you all know it. Okay. UI stands for user interface. UI tech stands for user interface. So to develop any application, user interface is very, very important. What do you mean by user interface? User interface is nothing but what the end user is looking at in a particular application. For example, I want to book my flight ticket using the website spicejet.com. I want to book my flight tickets using spicejet.com. The moment I open a website, spicejet.com, whatever the end user looks at, please wait. Whatever the end user is looking at or experiencing it, this is nothing but the UI component. User interface. What is the interface which is given to the end user? It's called a user interface. Developing this kind of user interface, developing these kind of forms, developing these kind of menus, what should happen when a button is clicked. Okay, so what are these options? Okay, so developing the UI component is not easy. Developing the UI component is not easy. There are a lot of things to keep in mind whenever you're developing a user interface. So if you are aiming for a full stack developer, okay, if you're aiming for a web application developer, this is a web application, right? Spicejet.com is a web application. Am I right? Spicejet.com is a web application. These are all web applications. Gmail is an email application which is delivered over the web. Your Facebook is also a web application. Book My Show is a web application. So these are all web applications. Whenever you are building a web application, when you are aiming for a web application developer, nowadays it is called as full stack developer. Having a strong understanding on the UI component is very, very important. Every developer is expected to have a strong knowledge on UI part. the user interface. If you're aiming for an application developer, if you're aiming for a full stack developer, it could be a Python full stack developer, it could be a Java full stack developer, it could be a MERN full stack developer, or it could be Mean full stack developer. You can develop web applications using Java technology. We can develop web applications using Python technology. We can develop using Mean full stack. You can develop using MERN full stack. There are different technologies you can using which you can develop web applications. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. These are all web applications. Book My Show, Zomato. These are all web applications. To develop web applications, there are different technologies. If you're aiming for a job, you can develop web applications using Java, you can develop web applications using Python. There are different technologies using which you can develop web applications. But one thing is common is understanding the UI component is common for all these technologies. So if you're aiming for Java full stack developer, the UI components will remain the same. If you are aiming for full stack developer, the UI components will remain the same. The user interface, whether it is Java or full stack, will remain the same. So whatever you are learning now in this particular course, the UI technologies, whatever we are learning in this course is UI technologies is equally important for a Java developer, a Python developer, a .NET developer. You may be a Mean developer or a MERN developer. Any web application development resource, understanding the UI component is very, very important. You may have questions, Sunil. You said that for developing web applications, understanding UI component is very, very important. So what all will be covered in the UI? Every web application finally is a HTML page. I'm opening spicejet.com. Finally, it's a HTML page. Right click. View page source. What is this? Can you read this? It is a HTML page. Finally, what is given to the user is a HTML page. You may develop application using Java, finally it results in a HTML page. You may develop application using Python, finally it results in a HTML page. You have to have a strong understanding on HTML component. Whenever you enter the departure date and return date, and when you enter the number of passengers, and then when you click on search file, you have some program that should get executed. That's fine. And it should generate the results that should be shown to the user. How do you want to show the information to the user? All this, a developer should plan for it. A full stack developer, full stack. Nowadays, every developer is expected to have. You cannot say, I am a Python developer, but I don't know the front-end part. I can only define the back-end part of application. No, that's not the case, especially in this current IT industry. If a resource is getting recruited, if a full stack developer is getting recruited in the industry, it is expected that it should have an understanding on the back-end component of the application as well as front-end component of the application. Back-end component is all about the Python code or the Java code that could execute when a button is pressed. But the front-end component is how the page should be displayed, how the designing should be done, how the script needs to be executed. You have to be an all-rounder nowadays. You have to be an all-rounder nowadays. So understanding the UI component is very, very important. Now I'm showing you what all the concepts you will be learning in this particular UI technology course. I hope you have the course content with you. I hope you have the course content with you. No problem. If you're not having the course content, you can get the course content using the link which I'm posting in the chat box right now. I hope you have the course content with you now. If you're not having the course content, yes, you can get the course content which using the link which I'm just posted in the chat box. Please have a look at the course content. UI technologies is basically 5 components. Learning UI technologies is basically 5 components. Number 1, learning HTML. You can see. Let me download this. The first component is HTML. The second component is cascading style sheets, CSS. Defining the styles to make the HTML look more beautiful. Nowadays, all the applications are very beautiful. How do you make your HTML pages look very beautiful, very attractive by using the style sheets? That is called cascading style sheets. So second component every UI developer should have is cascading style sheets. Third component, Bootstrap. Bootstrap is a CSS library, to be more simple. HTML is what the end user will be. What the end user will see is nothing but the HTML page. I hope we already have understood. To make the HTML very attractive, we'll be using CSS. We'll be creating our own style sheets. Cascading style sheets stands for cascading style sheets. We'll be creating our own style sheets. We'll be applying our own style sheets to the HTML pages so that this HTML pages looks very attractive and beautiful. That is the importance of style sheets. By default, HTML pages is not very attractive. Don't think this is a very basic HTML page. This is a HTML page with some style sheets attached. This kind of fonts, this kind of radio buttons, this kind of button with grayed out. You can see here, whenever a mouse is clicking, the shading is happening. Are you understanding? Okay, so this kind of calendar to be popped up. All this cannot be achieved by using just HTML. You have to define style sheets. This kind of beautifully showing the information to the user. This cannot be just done by HTML. To make the HTML very, very attractive, we have to use style sheets. In the second part, we will be learning how can we create our own style sheets. Cascading style sheets. We'll be learning how can we create our own style sheets, and then we'll be applying the style sheets to the HTML pages so the HTML pages looks very beautiful. Got it? Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, you don't need to create a style sheet. Already there are predefined style sheets available. Are you understanding, my dear friends? The third component is Bootstrap. If you want to make the HTML very beautiful, if you want to make your application very beautiful and attractive, you don't need to create your own style sheets. There are many predefined style sheets which are already available. You have to learn how can we use those style sheets, how can we use those options in the style sheets, and how can we use this Bootstrap library to our HTML pages so that it looks very attractive. That is a third component called Bootstrap. Are you understanding? By this Bootstrap, you will understand that you don't need to create. There are a lot of predefined style sheets available. The most important point in third component is we'll be learning how can we use this Bootstrap documentation. How can we identify what are the libraries available? How can we use these libraries? How can we use these predefined CSS files so that we can apply on the HTML to make your application very beautiful? That is called third component called Bootstrap. Developer is expected. You may be a full stack developer. You may be a Java full stack developer. You may be a Python full stack developer. In the interview, they'll ask you, do you know about Bootstrap? Do you know how to design user interface? What should be your answer? Your answer cannot be, I'm strong in Python. I'm strong in using Django framework, but sir, I am not much comfortable with UI. No, in that case, you are not a full stack developer. You're just a Python developer. When you're aiming for full stack jobs, what do you mean by full stack? What do you mean by full stack? You should be an all-rounder. Then only you're called as a full stack developer. Otherwise, you're not called as full stack developer. You're just called as a Python developer, a Java developer. What is the difference between a Python developer or Django developer and full stack developer? A full stack developer is a resource who has all understanding about all the components of web application, the UI component, UI part of web application, the backend part of web application, that is nothing but the engineering part of web application, what code needs to be executed. That is all about Python code and using Django framework and database part. Then only you are called as a full stack developer. There are a lot of jobs for full stack developer. Everybody wants all-rounders in the industry. That's how the competition in the IT industry. You have to be skilled to get hired. You cannot ignore any component if you're aiming for an application developer. I always recommend you to be a full stack developer because right now the market is very good for full stack developer. You have to select the technology, whether you want to go into Java full stack developer or a Python full stack developer. These are the mainstreams as of now. But irrespective, if you're aiming for a full stack developer, whether you're aiming for a Java full stack developer or if you're aiming for a Python full stack developer, having strong understanding on the UI component is nowadays very, very important. A client don't want a UI developer and again a Python developer. No. Client is always happy when a resource is working with both the UI part as well as the Python part or Java part, the backend part. Are you understanding my difference? Okay, so that's the important. If you're aiming for a full stack developer, see, the timer has been started. This is also part of UI development. If you're aiming for a full stack developer, having understanding about HTML, CSS, the third thing is Bootstrap. So in this session, in this training, we'll understand how can we use this CSS library that's nothing but Bootstrap. Understanding the Bootstrap, applying our Bootstrap to the HTML pages is very, very important. That is our third component. That is our third component. Fourth component. Look at the course content. Very, very important component called JavaScript. Very, very important component called JavaScript. This is a scripting language. This is a scripting language. Very, very important. Very many resources does not know what is the difference between scripting language and programming language. What browser can understand is a scripting language. What browser can understand is scripting language. Browser cannot understand Java. What browser can understand is scripting language. JavaScript is very, very important for web applications. JavaScript is very, very important for web applications. When you're developing web applications. When you're developing web applications, you can say, I cannot select the old date, right? Can I select the old date? Can I book the date of a flight ticket on 1st May? No, it's not allowed. How are you disabling it? You need to write a programming language. You need to compare with system date. You cannot book a flight for 1st May, is it? You need a language, scripting language for it. A return date should not be before the departure date, right? So this kind of programming language, where do you handle it? You need a scripting language for it. Can you see here, by default, the return date is disabled. Only departure date is enabled. The return date is disabled. How are you handling it? Because the end user first select the departure date, then only he should select the return date. All this kind of logic you can apply it using the JavaScript. Are you understanding the importance? The first three components is making your application very beautiful using cascading style sheets, using predefined cascading style sheets called Bootstrap, and finally making the user interface very attractive. Finally, because what we render is a HTML page. But the logic what you want to apply to the user interface is handled by using JavaScript. You have to write a JavaScript code to satisfy the client requirement. You have to write a JavaScript code to satisfy the client requirement. Okay, so the fourth component of UI is JavaScript. So you can say it's all about understanding the logic. Can you see here? It's all about creating a JavaScript file, conditional statements, iterative statements, specific functionality. If you want to achieve it, that's possible by using functions, how to create variables, how can we use anonymous functions, arrays, immutability, JavaScript. It's all about, by using all these components, you have to handle the logic. You have to satisfy the client requirement with respect to UI component using the JavaScript. You cannot define programming language using HTML. HTML is just a page. It's just a markup language. Button needs to be placed. That is possible by using HTML. I want to create a button. That is possible using HTML. But when a button is pressed, what should happen? That is possible by using JavaScript. To place a button, to replace a checkbox, to place a radio button, that's all possible by using HTML. If you want button to be more attractive, that's possible by using CSS. You can create your own CSS to make the button attractive, or you can use a predefined CSS library called Bootstrap to make the button attractive. But the functionality, what should happen? The functionality, what should happen when a button is pressed, when a radio button is selected, when a checkbox is selected? That's possible by using JavaScript, the logic behind the user interface. That's called the concept of JavaScript. So the fourth component of our course is JavaScript. Document object model. Document object model is very, very important. Okay, where you can perform event handling. You can take control on some components. You can take some control on the components, and then when a particular event happens on that particular component, you want some action to perform. That's called document object model. That's the next important component of UI called as document object model. Very, very important. DOM. That's the fifth component. Document object. JavaScript is more powerful with the help of document object model. JavaScript is more powerful with the help of document object model. JavaScript can have full control on the HTML page only when document object model is used. JavaScript is more powerful with the help of DOM, stands for document object. What is document object model? How JavaScript will have full control on the application by using document object model? You will understand once we get into practicals. You'll understand once you get into practicals. That is the fifth component called document object. Next is jQuery. The sixth component of our course is jQuery. Like how Bootstrap is a CSS library, jQuery is a JavaScript library. There are a lot of predefined scripts available to achieve the functionalities. Like how Bootstrap is a CSS library, you can create your own style sheet and apply the style sheet to the HTML to make it more attractive. Instead of creating your own style sheet, we can also use predefined style sheets. That's called as Bootstrap. Similarly, we can write our own JavaScript code. If you don't want to write your own JavaScript code, there are predefined JavaScript library that's called as jQuery. Understanding the jQuery. How can you use this jQuery library to achieve the functionalities, to satisfy the client requirement? We'll be understanding it. So that jQuery is nothing but the JavaScript library. Advantages of jQuery. How can you manipulate the HTML elements? What are the predefined methods? How can you perform event handling? All these are called jQuery. Clear? So the UI understand, if you want to have a strong understanding on UI, I hope by this time, by listening to this important 6 components, you have understood how UI is important for a web application developer. If you're aiming for a full stack developer, there are a lot of jobs for a full stack developer right now. You may be aiming for a Java full stack developer, you may be aiming for a Python full stack developer, or you may be aiming for primarily 2 important full stack developers, Java and .NET in the industry. They are MERN full stack developer or mean full stack developer. This is something common every resource should have exposure about. If you're applying for a developer job, if they ask you what is Bootstrap, you should be in a position to answer. If you don't know the UI components, then how can you call yourself as a web developer? Web application is part, UI is part of web application. UI, user interface, obviously user interface is part of web application. When you say that you are planning to become a web application developer, without this knowledge, how can you confidently say that you are an application developer? This is something minimum expected for every web application developer as per the current industry. These skill sets are very, very near resume. If you're applying for a developer, they expect these skill sets in the interview, in your resume. Without this skill set, you are not a complete web application developer. You're not a complete web developer. That's the importance of UI. Clear about this? So this is the primary important concepts which you'll be learning as part of our training course. What is the duration of this course? The duration of this course is approximately 30 days. Approximately. Okay. Each session is 1 hour duration. And session starts at, as today we have starts at 11 AM IST. Today we have started 11 AM, ends by 12 o'clock approximately. The live training is absolutely free, my dear friends. You don't need to pay to learn this. My dear participants, like how you have joined today, you can join all the 30 days. No one will call you to ask to make the payment for this particular course, especially. I'm not talking about other courses like Python or AWS or Azure. I'm talking about this UI course. We have planned this UI course for free. Like how we have planned several courses for free. We have planned few days AWS is free. We have one session I have planned Python as a free course. I want to offer this live training as free. But so no one will ask you, no one will call you to make the payment. Keep in mind, the Zoom link, what you have used today, will not change. Zoom link will not change. It is common. That same link, you have to use it every day for the next 30 days to learn this UI component. Okay, next. Every session is recorded. If you want to get the recordings, if you want to get the notes, if you want to get the PowerPoint slides, if you want to get the material, if you want to get the recordings, every session is recorded. Even this session is recorded. Even this session is recorded. All the sessions are recorded. If you want to have access to the recordings, you have to pay a nominal price of 999 INR. 999 rupees, that is 1,000 rupees. That's also optional. It's not mandatory. If you pay 999 rupees, you will get the access to all the recordings of all the 30 days recordings, as well as the notes which I have used it. The examples which I am writing it, you will get the notes so that you can happily refer to that particular notes, copy paste that notes and do hands-on. You can save time. The PowerPoint slides which I'm using, you will also get that. All this you'll get it for the price of rupees just 999, including all taxes. And this is a lifetime access. The recordings will be lifetime access. It will be available lifetime. You cannot download the recordings, my dear friends. As you know, we have a website, logiclabstech.com. It's like a Udemy website where you have to log in and then make the payment, and then you'll have access to you can play the videos lifetime. Clear? Clear about this? The live training is free. The live training is free. Please utilize this live training. It is absolutely free. The meeting link will not change. The link what you have joined today, using the same meeting link, you can join the rest of all the 29 sessions. In case if you want to buy the recordings, how do you want to buy the recordings? You have to visit to this website, logiclabstech.com. In case if you want to buy the session recordings, you have to visit to our website, logiclabstech.com. I hope you already know it. This is our website, logiclabstech.com. Can you see we have an option called upcoming batches? There's an option called upcoming batches. This is the UI technologies which I have started today. This is the WhatsApp group link, and this is the Zoom link to join. And this is the buy now course. Can you see this is the buy now link? Click on this buy now. Okay, this is UI technologies batch number 139. And you can see here, buy the course for 999 rupees. Click on this. Okay, and check out, log in with using your Gmail account, log in using Google, and then complete the payment using Google Pay, QR code, internet banking or net banking, whatever you want, you can do it and complete the payment formalities to access the recordings. Let's say you don't want to access the recordings. If you think that live training is enough, yes, you can proceed and happily enjoy the live training. There are no restrictions at all. Clear about this? There's no prerequisite for this course. If you're aiming for a developer, if you're aiming for a full stack developer, this is the first step you have to do it. This is the first step. You have to have a strong knowledge on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, document object model, and jQuery. When you mention these skill sets, your resume value will increase. Yes, you can be called yourself as a full stack developer. Clear about this? I hope I'm very clear in explaining you what is the course content which will be covered as part of the training. And I hope I'm very clear about the duration, session duration, and the fees for this particular course. The live training is absolutely free, but the recordings is just 999 rupees, including all taxes. Clear about this? Yes. It's time for your questions. Any questions, please raise your hand. Okay. Satish Chetla. Good morning, Satish. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, sir. I'm fine. What about you, sir?
Doing well. How is today's session? Clear about what we are planning to learn?
It's great, sir. Actually, currently I'm working one of the IT company. So that is completely backend related application support, Linux and MySQL.
Very good.
Backend, if you want to check any logs and application, we need to go to the Linux and backend server to CDR.
Okay.
So switching from backend to frontend, I think as of now UI, right? GUI.
Yes. Yes.
So,
good.
so I'm getting the offers in my resume from Naukri, Java support application and product support application. So if they are asking Java support application, I don't have any complete knowledge in Java related. Okay, if I get this course, is it useful for me for Java support application?
Okay. That means, Satish, that means if you are entering into Java support application, okay, that means you will be involved into the front end part of the technology. Agree, Satish? Okay.
Yeah.
The backend GUI. Yes, GUI is nothing but, in other words, as per the latest technology, it's called as UI. Am I right, Satish?
Yeah.
The backend is all about dealing with database. Okay, isn't it? Dealing with database part of the application, isn't it? The front end part is nothing but UI. So yes, this is very important for you if you're aiming to change to front end part of the application development. Okay. Satish?
So my role is a senior operational. So if I get this course,
it will be definitely helpful for you. No doubt.
Okay. For example,
along with that, you have to be good in Java also. Okay,
Okay.
because
So
that's
I
the
think this is
final
not.
programming which happens for the application. So this
So
is important. Along with this, you have to be good in Java and the corresponding framework, whether it is Spring's framework or what it is, that you have to be also you have to work out. Okay, but this is something
So
mandatory.
actually, from my company also, I have an experience with GUI,
Hmm.
GUI patch update and GUI development. Okay, so I think might be this is one of the chance for getting
Definitely.
knowledge from this course,
Correct.
and if I get in another company also, it's useful, right?
It will
For my
definitely useful for you.
designation and as well as my previous experience.
Correct. You are right.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thanks a lot.
Lakshita,
Hello, sir. Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. Lakshita, how are you doing? Your experience, please.
Sir, actually, I have passed my 12th grade, sir.
Okay, very good.
So, actually, I am from the biology background. It
Mhm.
is, I mean, like, it is helpful for me, sir. Right now, I don't know. I didn't learn any language.
Okay, you are starting your learning in the IT industry. This is the right
Yes.
step, Lakshita. How many
Yes.
years old you are?
Actually, I'm 17 years.
You are 17 years old. Get started with this UI components. Definitely it will be helpful for you. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Kriya Dayanand. Vasudev Rao.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right.
Good
Hello,
morning,
Sunil. Can you
Vas.
hear me?
Yes, Kriya, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Sunil, for asking. I'm from your previous batch, AWS course I've taken from your end. And it
Thank
was
you. How
amazing, in
is?
fact.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you equally like this UI components also. Hmm?
Definitely. And the why, because I just had a question today is, I'm a storage engineer. Currently, I'm
Is it
also working
SAN
in a,
storage?
yes, SAN, NAS,
Dell.
and also, yeah, I've worked
Which
on all those
product? Is it Dell
technologies.
Common Vault?
No, HP 3-par.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I've worked on various storage products, in fact, and right now I've moved to a cloud. It's AWS cloud. I've moved. We are
Very good.
basically doing the. Thank you. We're basically doing the on premises to AWS cloud data migrations. All that we are
Very good.
handling.
So is that AWS training help you?
Very much, and yes, I have taken your recordings as well, and sometimes I do even rewatch it. Sometimes if I forgot the concept, all that I
Good,
do
good.
it.
Thank you.
And thanks, Sunil. But I just wanted to know how is this UI is going to help me in my career, because I wanted to be, like all-rounder kind, what it's going to be,
Okay.
because we don't know the
See,
market.
your previous experience is on storage, okay?
Yes.
And then right now you have migrated to cloud, okay?
Mhm,
And all in
mhm.
the cloud also you're working with the migration part of moving from on-prem, helping clients to move their on-premises information to cloud, okay?
Yes.
So this course will not help you, okay? This
Mhm.
course will helpful for participants who want to get into application development, Kriya, okay?
Mhm.
So you are in the cloud track, okay?
Right.
So you now there is no meaning for you to get into application development, because you have to leave all your gained experience on cloud as well as SAN storage.
Mhm.
If you are aiming for becoming a developer, if you are aiming for application developer, then
Okay.
learn this, okay?
Oh, okay.
If you are aiming to stick to cloud, because cloud is also doing good, you know it, okay?
Yes, yes.
Then I think there is no need for you to learn this, okay? Anyways,
Okay.
learning skills is anyways is good, but this
Mhm.
is not a priority for you, okay?
Not
You don't need
priority.
to
Okay.
worry
Just
about it,
for
okay?
learnings, I can
Just for listening
Okay.
how this pages looks like, how scripts looks like. To have that
Okay.
understanding, yes, you can just have it do it, but you don't need to worry about this because you are
Okay.
completely in the cloud track. Okay, Kriya? All the
Got
best.
it.
Keep
Thank you
learning.
very
Okay?
much, Sunil. Thank you.
Thank you. Shashank? Vasudev. Good morning, Vasudev. How are you doing?
Hello, sir. Shashank here. Sir,
One
can you hear?
minute. Yes, Shashank, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Yes, your experience, please.
Yes, sir. I have the 10 plus years of experience in a product-based company at Pune.
Very good.
Actually, I'm a back-end developer and want to, just to be a end-to-end developer, I want to learn this.
Correct. Which framework you are using?
So currently, I'm using C++.
Okay.
On C++ only.
Okay. So you are involved in firmware development and OS development or something like that?
So we have product actually, and on the product actually, I worked on only C++ modules.
Okay. Good. So if you want to upgrade yourself to the latest technologies, okay?
Yes, sir.
High level programming language, Shashank, is it?
Yes, sir.
See,
Yeah.
So this is definitely a right step for you. Okay.
Definitely, sir. Yes, sir.
So how do you know about this course, Shashank?
So my one of friend referred me here.
Okay. All the best. Thank you.
All right. So I have a question.
Yes.
So actually, you briefly described all UI components. So actually, I want to know how React and Angular fits here, because in my organization they use React and Angular also.
Okay. Those are also something related to JavaScript. Okay. Whatever you can do it in JavaScript, you can also do it using React, which is having more functionalities. So when you learn about JavaScript, you can easily understand that.
Okay, sir. So do we have any plan or existing courses on JavaScript and React also?
So JavaScript is part of the UI component which we are starting now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but we don't have any React or React JS or Angular JS course.
Okay, sir. Okay, no problem, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Vasudev, good morning. How are you doing? You are now allowed to.
Yeah, very good morning. And good morning. And I'm myself also, and I'm from Visakhapatnam. Basically, I'm a fresher, so looking forward to Python full stack developer.
So have you learned Python?
Yes, sir. I do, and I know basic knowledge on Python. And simultaneously, I'm learning Python also on my own.
Very good.
In the afternoon sessions. I'm a US IT recruiter. From the last 3 years, I'm working on that. So basically,
Vasudev, as you are a US IT recruiter, you know how exactly full stack openings are available, isn't it?
Yeah. I know the current market scenario and full stack demands. Yes. And at the rate of the market also. Currently, the full stack developers having.
Okay.
So that's why I'm looking forward to.
As you know, the market it is very good now. So learn the skills first. As you know, Vasudev, every interviewer expects to have a strong knowledge on the subject, right? Learn the skills, do hands-on, acquire the knowledge.
I just want to make a small request from you. So now.
Yes. What's your question?
Yeah. I just want to make a request that not to go in a hurry, because basically we are freshers who may not be aware of the technical terms and the words that you are
not to be in a hurry.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I will never be in a hurry. Okay. You will understand it. All my examples will be very clear for you. Okay. Anyways, you have the recording sessions for you to revise in future. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Balaji.
Hi, Sunil. Good morning. Happy to talk with you.
Thank you, Balaji. Nice to hear you. How are you? Yes. Did you speak before, or is the first time you're talking?
Oh, this is the first time I'm talking. And I also attended AWS 85.
Oh my God, very long. 2 years back?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Balaji. Thank you for staying in our groups so that you are getting the updates.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I also completed AWS, and right now I actually thought of move to different one, but I'm not able to. But I completed AWS and DevOps.
Good.
I'm attended DevOps 86 and 83 also.
Very good. Okay.
I only got the time to complete fully. So
good. Thank you.
Yeah, I completed.
Yes. Any specific question?
And I got this link to attend this session.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Balaji. All the best.
Yeah. Thanks, me.
How are you, Shruti? Good morning. Can you hear me, Shruti? Good morning.
Yeah.
How are you, Femi? How are you doing?
Very well. Good. Is afternoon over there? It's morning here in Nigeria.
You know it. Thank you for joining. How are you?
I'm very well. Very well. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation so far. Quick question. So after learning all of this, I can apply for a developer role, right?
You can apply for UI developer.
Okay, UI developer. So the question, what I'm having in my head is a UI developer and a front-end developer. Are they two different things?
Are the same. Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Front-end developer and UI developer, both are the same. Okay. You can
Thank
apply
you.
for a UI developer.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whereas if you learn UI plus Python plus Django, then you can apply for a full stack developer. Then you're called as a full stack developer. Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you.
Are you understanding? There's a lot of confusion in the market about UI, full stack, and what it is. Okay.
Okay.
You are called as Python full stack developer when you learn these 3 skill sets. When you learn UI plus Java plus, I think there's for Java there's Struts, I think so. I'm not sure. Struts framework, then you're called as a Java full stack developer. Okay. But one thing is common, I hope you have observed, UI is common. Okay. If you just learn UI, then you're called as UI developer. That's all. Okay. I hope I'm very clear.
Very clear. Thank you.
Keep learning for me. Thank you. What's time for you now?
It's 7:38.
Evening?
No, morning. 7:38.
7:30. Is the timings okay for you?
It's okay. It's fine. I'll manage.
All the best. Keep learning. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How are you, Srikanth? Good morning.
Yeah, hi Sunil. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I have already attended one of your classes, AWS DevOps.
Thank you very much, Srikanth. Thank you very much.
I'm now as a DevOps engineer at LTI-93.
Wow, congrats. Congrats.
But I'm working on GCP Cloud.
Very good, no problem, whatever it is. But finally, you are into the cloud and DevOps. Congratulations.
Recently got notification with this UI.
Learn this UI, you know, in the IT industry, learning is a continuous process, Rika.
Yes.
Learning new technologies, understanding, you may never know, you may be involved into web application also. You may never know. You should be ready for it. Learning is something very important and continuous process. That's what I believe. I strongly suggest to my participants also, Srikanth.
Yeah.
So, and this is very simple, Srikanth. Okay. This is very, very easy.
The only thing I'm worrying about is I have a zero coding knowledge. That's why.
You're worried about?
Zero coding knowledge I have.
No, not required. There's no prerequisite for this. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no much coding also, Srikanth.
Yeah,
okay?
Recently I took one of your courses, batch 121 Python course, basic Python.
Basic Python. It's very easy, right?
Yeah,
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm going good. I have just completed 1 week of the course.
Oh, okay. So even this is very less coding. So you don't need to worry. If you're worried about coding, not at all required. So there's no much involvement of coding here. Okay, you will enjoy this course. Okay, all the best.
Is there any planning for taking advanced Python?
We already have started, one batch is already going. Next month we are planning for advanced Python. Advanced Python is nothing but Django framework. We'll be planning it soon.
Fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more final call. One more final call before closing. Vanu.
Good morning, Sunil.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you get me?
I can hear you.
All right, I'm calling from Cameroon. I finished AWS with Ankit, and then I finished DevOps with you. And I'm just happy to inform you I got an international offer from France.
Wow, my
there.
dear participants, let's congratulate Mr. Vanu. Let's open the chat box. Let's congratulate Vanu. He completed AWS course from Logic Labs Technologies and DevOps with me. He got an offer from France, and your current location is?
Yeah, thank you very much.
What's your current location?
I am in Cameroon right now.
Cameroon now, so you're moving to France.
I'm moving to France by the weekend.
Good, Vanu. Congratulations. So did our training help you?
That is the training. That is the training I've used all throughout. I came as a fresh. I came with no training. I was from the biochemistry department, came from the science department.
Chemistry.
So yeah, so I started cloud technology. I started with AWS associate level, and then I went to DevOps, and now here I am.
Okay,
So-
good, good. So when
I
you
just
now
discovered-
learn UI, and please recommend our institute to your friends who are planning to IT, who are planning to get into software.
Yeah, exactly. I am doing that. Actually. I just discovered I am more into Kubernetes, and I wanted to ask how because I discovered it is more of deploying pods and
Correct.
all the like.
I got to know
If
you're looking for exclusive Kubernetes training. Am I right, Vanu?
Exactly. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, let me come back here and see how it can help me and how I can link it. Is it having any link? Can I use it as a Kubernetes engineer?
There is no link. There's not even 1% link between the Kubernetes and cloud with respect to UI. But anyways, you can learn it. Okay.
All right.
Right now, we don't have an exclusive Kubernetes. We are planning for an exclusive. We are hiring an exclusive Kubernetes trainer. Okay. And
Okay,
probably
all right.
once- anyways, you are in the WhatsApp group, you'll get the updates. Okay. Vanu,
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you
Stay
very much.
tuned. You are one of our. We have a lot of success stories. We are one of our success stories. Okay. So
Thank you very much.
please share our details to your circle and
I will do.
help our organization to grow and delivering the
It will
knowledge
certainly.
transfer.
It will certainly grow. I am also involved into teaching, so I am also giving giving your institution.
Which course you are teaching?
When I finish AWS
You have
in my
started AWS.
area, I started teaching AWS.
The same
and then,
examples?
yeah, I'm using everything from you. I'm using your request, everything.
Go. Thank you very much. So that's the power of knowledge. Okay. Helping other
Exactly.
life to make them better. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's make much more
Thank you very
impact.
much.
Thank you very much. So that's all for today, my dear friends. I hope you have understood the crux of this course. We are starting. These are the primary components which we'll be learning, and the duration is 30 days and daily 1 hour. Every session is recorded. Live training is absolutely free. The meeting link, how you have joined today, the same meeting link. I recommend you to buy the recordings and help our institute to grow financially. It's a matter of 999 rupees only. That's it. Okay. See you tomorrow. So what's the plan for tomorrow? We are jumping into the technology components of UI. I'll be starting with HTML. That's our plan for tomorrow. Okay. Any more discussions? Let's have it for tomorrow. See you tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. IST. Have a good time. Thank you very much.